On March 3rd, there will be a total lunar eclipse. The Earth will move between the Sun and the Moon, covering the Sun's rays and casting its strong shadow, also called the Umbra, over the full Moon, giving the Moon the characteristic red color. Well, in this video you'll see where on Earth the eclipse is visible, when each phase of the eclipse occurs, and how to plan your total lunar eclipse shot step by step, so you can go and capture it. To plan the shot, go to PhotoPills, tap on Planner, and now tap on the Maps Layers button and tap on the Eclipse layer and choose the eclipse you want to plan, in this case the total lunar eclipse that happens on March 3rd, 2026. Tap on the eclipse, go, then here, before I go back to the map, I'm gonna switch off the Sun layer, I'm gonna leave the Moon and the Eclipse layer on, go back to the map, and now if I zoom out on the map, I'll see where on Earth the eclipse will be visible. As you see, unfortunately, the eclipse is not visible in Spain, in Europe, in Africa. It is visible at moonset in the Americas, US, South America, Central America, and also is visible here in Oceania, New Zealand, parts of Russia, and at moonrise is visible in China, Japan, and Australia. That's cool. Okay, now that we know where the eclipse is visible, let's plan a cool shot of the total lunar eclipse, and I'm gonna do it in New York, because I see that in New York the eclipse is visible at moonset. So I'll tap on the load button, I'm gonna type here New York and place the red pin in New York, in Manhattan. Pretty cool. Now I'll swipe the top panel to the left until I get to the eclipse panel. Perfect, awesome. So the eclipse panel above the map is telling me the exact time each phase of the eclipse occurs here in Manhattan. You see, if I change the time, the eclipse is happening at moonset, and you see at the picture on the top panel how the eclipse evolves, how the Umbra, the strongest shadow of Earth, covers the Moon completely. And actually in New York, the eclipse, the Moon will be setting totally eclipsed, which is pretty cool. And at what time the total eclipse begins here? It begins at 4:51 a.m. and it ends at moonset. Okay, given the direction of the moonset, I know that I need to shoot towards the west. So one subject comes to my mind, which is the Statue of Liberty. For sure, the Statue of Liberty is gonna be a cool subject here, so I'm gonna zoom on the Statue of Liberty and I'm gonna go to panel number 2, which is the black pin panel. I tap on the button on the panel, the black pin appears on the map here, and you need to place it where you want the Moon to be. I'm gonna place it right here where the Statue of Liberty is, and this monument is 93 meters tall, which is data I need to for the plan. Okay, I have my black pin on my subject as always, and I need to find a shooting spot. And basically I see that this beautiful island here, the Governor's Island, will be for sure a great shooting spot. Why? Because as you see here in this photo, you have a clear view of the Statue of Liberty and the sky behind the torch. This is what we want if we want to capture the total lunar eclipse behind the torch of the Statue of Liberty, for example. Perfect! So now I just need to place the red pin here on the shore and zoom on the Statue of Liberty, and here I have the Moon direction, which is, at the moment the Moon is just in front of the Statue of Liberty. I'll do a long press on the time bar and change the time slowly to align it with the black pin. Perfect. Now it is aligned, but if you look at the top panel, it says that the Moon height is 110 meters. And I know that the height of the Statue of Liberty is 93 meters, so I'll change the time a little bit more to get the Moon height on the top panel at 93. Awesome, which is the same height as the torch. Okay, 93. Pretty cool. Now I have the Moon at the height I want, 93 meters, which is the same height as the torch of the Statue of Liberty, but I need to realign it a little bit more south. So basically I'll change my shooting spot to move it a bit more south until it is pretty aligned. Almost there. Let's go back south a little bit more. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I think I have it. Okay, more or less I have it. Now I have the Moon height on the top panel, 92.6 meters, which is more or less 93 meters, which is pretty cool. I have my shooting spot, which is the red pin position, and I have my shooting time, which is 6:08 a.m. So if on March the 3rd, 2026, at 6:08 a.m. I am at the red pin position here in Governance Island. I'll be able to see and photograph the moon setting next to the Statue of Liberty, and above all, when the total lunar eclipse will be aligned with the top of the torch of the Statue of Liberty. Pretty cool. And how big the moon will be? Well, you have the size here on the map, and also you have the size on the top panel. It's 15.5 meters, which is a pretty decent size. If you don't see the size on the map, you have to go to map layers, you go to the moon layer, and make sure you have the moon size here enabled. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh hey, I have my plan, but I can plan more things. Let's plan the focal length and the depth of field using the depth of field map tool. So go back to the layers button here, and on the map tools, just tap on DOF, depth of field, because with this tool you can plan the depth of field and the field of view. So here you see the field of view, which is pretty cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna choose my camera. I'm gonna use the Nikon Z6, which is a full frame. 24 mil is too short focal length, so I'm gonna go to 200 mil, for example. Okay, now it looks better, very nice. I think it's pretty cool, 200. The aperture, I'm gonna put it at a 5.6. Let me check the natural light before I decide the aperture. Swipe the top to the left until you go to panel number 3, and here the sun elevation is minus 4.37, which is golden hour, a blue hour. It is blue hour. When the sun is below minus 4 and between minus 4 and minus 6 is blue hour, so there is a bit less light. So an aperture of 5.6 I think works very well, and in blue hour the moon is gonna be awesome, red and beautiful. I love it, I love it. Perfect, perfect. So I think I have my focal length and my aperture. I'm gonna be focusing at the black pin distance on my subject. Pretty cool. Shooting portrait, yeah, better in portrait. And I'm gonna be shooting aligned with the black pin, so I align the field of view with my subject. Awesome, I have all the settings for the focal length. So if I'm focusing on my subject, the Statue of Liberty, the question is, will the moon also be in focus? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, the thing is that the hyperfocal distance is this tree icon you have here on the map is 236.3 meters only. So you know that when you're focusing at something that's behind the hyperfocal distance, infinity is also acceptably sharp. So because I'm focusing on my Statue of Liberty here, which is behind the hyperfocal distance, the moon will be also acceptably sharp. So in one shot, you can get the right exposure for both the moon and the Statue of Liberty, and have touch sharp the Statue of Liberty and acceptably sharp the moon eclipsed. Nice. Well, this video is about planning the total lunar eclipse. If you wish to learn how to photograph the eclipse, I invite you to download and study well our super detailed lunar eclipses photography guide. I'm gonna leave a link to the guide in the description of this video and in the first comment below. Download it. And as always, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday in another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot. Legendary photos. Bye.